Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another video. I apologize for starting with my stuff on silent. That was kind of dumb. But speaking of doing something dumb, yesterday on April Fool's, I did something that was to make a fool of myself. Um, that was its intention, so hopefully it worked out that way. Hopefully people will like the video. I do have a couple of views on it, but the one that got the most views this past week is my Steve's Wrestling Ramble episode, talking WWE WrestleMania predictions. So check that out here on the channel. And while you're here, if you enjoyed any of the content, welcome to become a subscriber. I'd love to have more and more people to join in the conversation, not just about the number count. But to me personally, it's about the interacting with people, talking about whether it's sports, from NBA, NFL, March Madness still going on, the Final Four games are tonight. Whether it's talking pro wrestling, WWE, WrestleMania, and then, the aftermath of WrestleMania, politics, TV shows, movies, like this video. It's a movie review. So, I want more subscribers because I want more people to communicate with, to join in the conversation, as my tagline is for my Twitter handles. As you see in all 4 of my Twitter handles, I have that in the bios for all 4 of them. At Army_Strong_06, at Talking_Packers, at WWE_podcast, and at Politics_WY, which is local and state politics and national politics as well. So, with all that out of the way, I guess, let's get to the crux of it. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Going into this, I know it debuted a while ago. I might have been late to the party, and I got to see it last night at a late night viewing. Started about 9:20, 9:25 around their local time. Excuse me. And you can tell that, I was quote unquote late to the party, watching this, later in its time, in the theaters. I think there was only like a couple of other people there in the theater watching it. Then again, it was also, around a 9:30 showing in the evening on a Friday night. So not many people would be doing that, going to a movie theater at that time on that night, no matter what age, I guess, if you think about it. But anyways, I enjoyed it. I know going into it, I was a little worried or wondering about Ben Affleck being cast as Batman. Not that I was going overboard and saying that the movie was going to be terrible because of that one casting choice. I mean, he's Ben freaking Affleck. I mean, he's going to do fine. But I certainly wanted to see how it would be. Now, just like I talked about my WrestleMania prediction episode, people poo-pooing WrestleMania already before even watching it, I always say, just relax, wait until we get to WrestleMania, and then on Monday morning or late Sunday night, here tomorrow night, judge it accordingly. Well, I would say the same thing about this movie, and specifically talk about has Ben Affleck being cast as Batman. Watch the movie, go to the theater, give it a chance, and judge it accordingly from there. If you still think what you thought going into it, then that's fine. I respect your opinion because that is your opinion. Everybody has one. So I just, always want people to give it a chance, give things a chance, not just this situation, but just in general. Now, I'm not going to give away any spoilers for those that haven't seen it, plan to either see it in the theaters, or if they're unable to do that because of work, family, financial, or they just don't feel like it, want to wait till it comes on DVD or Blu-ray. Me personally, I'm a DVD kind of person, even though Blu-ray offers more things for movies. I guess, extras and whatever. I still like having a DVD collection. Even though also Blu-rays are thinner and smaller, you could have a bigger collection in a smaller space, but that's a different discussion, different day. So if you're waiting for either of those situations or however it works for you, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Even if you have seen it already and you're watching this, then I guess you'll kind of get what I mean when I say some things, but I don't want to spoil things. Now, the first thing I want to say is that if they just, as my friend said, because he came with me, my friend Tyler, said that when I asked him what he thought of the movie, he said, "Oh, it was okay. I could set up what what's coming down the road." Um, but he also said, if only they would have stayed with the first trailer, and preview for the movie, and fine. The second one kind of ruined it for him. For me, personally, maybe a little bit. What I would have wanted, and this is the hard part, it's a hard part, to try to put yourself in their situation, the ones that create these trailers, make the trailers, the companies, the whatevers. What's the line? What's the line to do something like that? What you want to show enough to try to hook the people to watch the movie. Now I know you're automatically getting people, especially with movies like with superheroes. Either it's the DC universe or the other, but then the others from there, either from the other quote unquote superhero universe, or is it the people in the world in general? So yeah. Um, but even with that, I thought it was a very good movie. I enjoyed it. There's some funny parts actually. There's some really emotional parts, at least to me. But then again, that's me, type of person I am. And like I said, for those who saw the movie, I think they know what I'm talking about. The moments and scenes that I'm alluding to here, without saying, of course. And there were some moments that actually had me jumping out of my chair, like it's one of those unexpected things. Or even if it's not unexpected, it was just because of the sound quality, in a theater. It made me jump out of my chair a couple times. It's kind of embarrassing, but it happened. But all in all, I still think it was a good movie, and I think that if you haven't seen it, you definitely should check it out and give it a chance, and hopefully you enjoy it. Trying to think here of anything else I could say that's non-spoiler. So I want to keep it pretty dang general as I am. And maybe that's a bad thing because it's not, the best quality hero video, but still, I want to try to keep it as spoiler free as I can because, people that don't or haven't seen it yet don't want to be spoiled. But what I will tell them, like I said, is it's a good movie, good setup, and I think all the casting choices were good choices. They played their parts well. So from other reviews that I saw actually after watching the movie, because I didn't watch it before, of course. When I came home late last night, I watched a couple of them from weeks ago or whatever, because most people saw it when it premiered in theaters or debuted in theaters, whatever the correct term is. Some of them bashing some of the casting choices. Hey, that's their prerogative. That's their opinion. They feel that way. They can feel that way. I respectfully disagree, but that's again my opinion. So, but what I was going to say earlier when I was talking about how my friend was telling me if they would have stopped with the first trailer and preview, that would have been fine for him. They kind of spoiled a little too much in the second one. I was also going to bring up that for me, they could have tried to hide the Wonder Woman thing. No, that was already spoiled in itself when finding out the lovely woman that was casted for Wonder Woman, way back when, when it was announced to have this movie, but they could have tried to keep it a surprise, or at least I don't know, try to hide it better. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to do it that would be doing that, but I guess I can't think of. Maybe that was what they had to do. Maybe then at least if they're not gonna hide that Wonder Woman's gonna be in the movie, then maybe try to hide and not spoil or make it more. I don't know. It's hard to say because it's not gonna be shocking because we know she's gonna be in there, but just different. A different feel. I think is what I mean. Not so many words. But like I said, for those that haven't seen it, check it out. For those that did see it, I'd like to know what you thought of your experience in the movie theater, watching the movie. What your experience was like within the theater, if you were there, especially if you were there for opening night, how the crowd was in your theater, specifically that you watched this movie. Because that's always interesting stories with if you do because it's been a while for me. It's been a couple of years probably since I've gone to a movie that debuted. Heck, I've seen 3 movies now in the past 5 weeks. And before that, I haven't gone to the movie theaters to see a movie for a couple years in itself. And then beyond that, even more years since now, or since whenever um, I've seen when it debuted. So, yeah. But thank you for those who watch live and those who will be watching archived. Hopefully this picks up, and I definitely will like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I will for sure make sure to do a movie review later for Zootopia and any other movies I see in the future. If I do see more movies, maybe I might start going out to see more movies. Like I said, I've seen 3 movies in 5 weeks, and before then I haven't even went to the movie theater for any movie, even ones that I was looking forward to. I just waited till it came out on DVD. No matter how good the previews were for theater, in order to go to the theater to see it. Maybe now I might, if this movie review part of my channel here gains some steam, and maybe we keep this going. But anyways, take care. Thank you for support. And my next video I'll be doing will be next week Tuesday, or this upcoming Tuesday, of course. I will be doing my review of WrestleMania 32, talking a little bit of NXT Dallas as well. Took place last night on Tuesday, but we'll go from there. As always, take care.